Good afternoon, my friends. It's 2 o'clock on Wednesday, the morning after wave one of the American political election process, and the sun still came up, and actually it's quite a beautiful day. All of our indecision and all of our uncertainty and all of our concerns, many of which I take seriously, greet a new day. They greet the promise of a new day. I don't know, it's probably a little flip, but it's the cool thing about the way God made the world, right? A new beginning every 24 hours, a new beginning. All things are made new. In the Hebrew, I don't know what to call it, in the Hebrew way of life, in the Hebrew, an ancient way of looking at life, Genesis 1 and 2 describe the first day, like the sun and the moon and the water and the land and all of that. Imagine if we understood Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 as being something that God does every day. Every day is day one. Now, I don't mean that to erase what is and what's been that's good, but it's at the heart of our way of being able to look forward, to look in the direction of what's new, what's coming. It's the opposite time of the year, but it occurs to me that we're talking about these elements of the disciplines of our faith and of our folklore, about Halloween and the All Saints' Day and about being saints ourselves. Another great posture of the church, another great posture of the community of faith is that we are people of the East. We look east. We look east. We look to the new morning every day. Now, in our life today, the edge of that is taken off somewhat because we have electric lights and we can be awake and productive into the wee hours of the night, as it were. But part of the mystery of the Earth's cycle was that there's darkness. And human beings, we don't see that well in the darkness. And so, at one point Jesus is heading off to Lazarus' house to respond to a cry for help from Lazarus' sister. And in a way that's quite unsettling, to Mary and Martha. When Jesus learns that Lazarus is dying, and there have been some people that when Jesus was there, he prayed or touched them, and they were healed. And so they sent word that Lazarus was sick, and he was probably dying, and hurry home. And Jesus didn't hurry. He spent the night where he was. And he said this phrase, which can be transported out of that context and applied everywhere. And he said, it's given to us to walk when the light is shining and we can see. But when it's dark, we rest, so as to not jam our foot or get injured in the darkness. It was one of those sort of altered consciousness kinds of statements that Jesus made, but in the end, there was some kind of lesson about God's timing and some kind of lesson about how the God who made the universe is still making the universe and is still making the days and making each new day. And so Jesus, in that moment, chose to live into the fact that his faith led him to believe that tomorrow would be a day in which he could do something, but not today. Instead, it was dark. And so he went to sleep. I talk a lot about it at Easter time around the news of the resurrection of Christ. That we are people of the East. People look east. People look. And why to the east? Because the east is where the sun rises. The east is where the new day is made. The east is where, no matter what happened in the night or on the day yesterday, no matter what moved itself into place, the power of the sun and the power of the day and the light of the day demand their due. They take their power. And they demand that we recognize that the God who made the heavens and the earth has made this new day. And the Psalter says, this is a new day. This is a new day which the Lord has made. And then invites us to rejoice and be glad in it. It's not a denial statement. It's not a make light of all the things there are to worry about. It's not a denial statement. It is it's an equal statement of fact. In the African American tradition, they talk about the long, dark night of the soul. Darkness comes in the night. Weeping comes in the night. But joy comes in the morning, because the day is new. So in these elements, these stepping stones of our life and faith, here in the pastor's office, when you come in and you sit down and you talk about, you set it out in front of the pastor, what's staring at you, what's threatening you, what's discouraging you. We look together for what's new, for what God is doing that is new, so that we can lay our hand to that. Don't let the phone distract you in the background if you can hear it. This is the day which the Lord has made. I don't know if you stayed up to watch all the comings and goings of the political voting. I'm sure some did not, but I did. I'm interested, invested. I care, because politics does affect the way we practice our faith. It affects the liberties that we have. So I pay attention. And I was up late. And when I went to bed, I didn't sleep all that well anyway. But on the sound of the breaking of the day, in this case it was a person ringing my doorbell, I was aware. A new day is upon us. The east has come. The light from the east has come. It surrounds us in this day and invites us. Yesterday I was talking about taking a more active assessment of our potential, of our ability to do something. To do something, small, large, doesn't matter, but something of paramount importance, because it's something we could do. And so today, it seems like what follows that lesson is that God also is doing something. That we are not on this journey alone. And that it's okay for us to count on God. It's not a magic formula. It's not a lockstep away from disappointment or heartache or disease or any of that. No. But it is a companionship of creativity, of renewing, of making new, of seeing, even in the darkest night, the light of the morning coming. Is it always darkest before the dawn? I don't know. I've been outside this fall many hours of the night. I go out and see the stars at night, and I don't know that this morning it wasn't the darkest before the dawn. It wasn't. The moon was still having a big effect on the light of the earth, and the stars were brilliant. And there was quite a bit of light. I don't know if that's all just light pollution from the area, but it was quite light before the dawn today. It's a new day. It's a new day. And for whatever the day holds, maybe it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so the day is half gone. But in the daytime, when the light is shining, when we're able, we practice our faith. We put one foot in front of the other. We do what we can. And we do sometimes more than we ever believed that we could. Because God is in this with us. You've heard the sayings of these pandemic sort of commercials. We're all in this together. I don't know. I don't know that we are. I think some of our experiences are different than others. But no matter what, God is in it with us. That we are in it with God. And just like the clock, each new day presents the possibilities for what can happen in this day that we never imagined, and for what we can facilitate to bring about. Listening and watching is very, very important. I talked yesterday about watching for a place and a time, or maybe it was 2 days ago, to be a saint, to have those saintly actions, to call someone, to send a card, to remember something and then remind the person that you remember them and that thing about them, and make the meaningless of life burst. Each day, each moment is full of the same power, the potential and the same power that brings the earth to life. It's in you, it's in me. The scripture lesson for this coming Sunday, as we go into the fall, is the encouragements of Jesus that whatever posture we take in our lives, be awake. Be awake to what's happening. Be awake even to the difficulty and the hardship that's going on. Don't be in denial. Open your eyes. See what's happening. Name it. If it's broken, name it. And then leave your eyes open long enough to see what else God is doing in your life. It's not just us that can be creative. It's not just us that can love in ways we never imagined. It's that God is loving us in that way. So my friends, let the light of this day shine for you, even if it gets cloudy in the next 10 minutes. Let the light of this day, this is November the 4th, the year 2020, a brand new day, half spent, waiting for us to see it for what it is, to do in it what we can do, and to live our lives according to the calling of Sarah and Abraham, to be a blessing to the families of the earth. Thanks for stopping by. Chair's going to be here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be here tomorrow, so if you're a regular listener, you might not see the light come on that says I'm broadcasting tomorrow. I have some some personal business I have to take care of, which may mean I have to take the day off tomorrow. And so you'll understand and give me grace to be able to go and do what I need to do. And then I'll be back on Friday, and we'll continue our journey together. Maybe into the long, dark night of winter and of pandemic. I don't know. But never away from God, never out of the reach of God, never beyond the possibilities of things that we can do and say to bless each other, to love each other, and to engage today. This is the day which God has made again. And God will make a new one tomorrow, too. So, hold on, my friends. If today doesn't snap for you, tomorrow will come. God bless you, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.